In today's video, we're going to talk about the housing market and where things are trending as we approach the typically very hot selling season here in San Diego. You may have heard some scary news lately about banking collapses, high interest rates, and plummeting prices, but how exactly does this affect the San Diego housing market? Well, I'm going to break it down for you in this video. Typically, the spring selling season is the busiest time of the year here in San Diego, with new listings popping up every day and buyers out in droves. However, things are just a little bit different this year here in San Diego. Let's start by looking at the housing inventory, everyone's favorite topic. As you may know, the housing market is heavily influenced by supply and demand, kind of basic economics here. Over the last 5 years, inventory has been quite low due to the crazy demand we had during the pandemic. The last time we had a balanced market here in San Diego was way back in 2018, 2019, which seems like ages ago, when we had well over 10,000 active homes on the market. Between 2021 and 2022, inventory ranged from about 2,400 to 3,400 active homes. In 2019, we had 13,409 homes, and in 2018, we had 11,807 homes. As of March 1st, 2023, we have exactly 2,687 active homes on the markets. So why hasn't inventory gone up even though prices have finally cooled here in San Diego? Economists are calling it the rate lock-in effect, or the golden handcuff. This means that sellers are choosing not to sell because they received such a great rate over the last couple of years, they don't want to give it up. And if they do want to move, more and more homeowners are becoming landlords and deciding to rent out their property rather than sell it. Now let's take a look at the median home prices here in San Diego. The median home price in San Diego County peaked at $850,000 back in June of 2022 and is now down 11% from the peak. But over the past 3 months, the median home price has remained steady at $750,000. This could mean that we may have finally found a more stable price point for both buyers and sellers, and people are starting to get used to the prices here in San Diego. Although affordability still remains a huge issue for many here in San Diego. As for time on market, back in February of 2019, the median day on the market was about 43 days, give or take, which is pretty much the last time we had a normal market here in San Diego. Between 2020 and 2022, the time on market ranged from about 8 days to about 15 days, so much less than we were seeing back then. Today we sit at 40 days on the market before an accepted offer, which is actually pretty normal, but the inventory is about a quarter what it would normally be with this amount of time on market. Homes that are priced correctly, especially those at or around $1 million, tend to sell quite fast. I had a listing last week in Linda Vista that received 8 offers and sold over asking in just a matter of days. So don't believe everything you hear about the housing market being dead or there's no buyers out there for your homes. There are still people out there looking, especially if it's priced correctly and you're not asking for the moon. I'm also seeing fewer price drops over the last 30 to 60 days. I remember at the end of last year, I was seeing price drops left and right on multiple properties because people did not realize that the market had shifted so much. And now people are becoming more realistic on their pricing. One other question on people's minds may be, how will the Silicon Valley Bank collapse will affect the housing market here in San Diego? Well, in the short term, it may actually help some buyers out because I think they've actually brought rates down here quite a bit in the last couple days, as long as their down payment was not in the Silicon Valley Bank. According to Yahoo Finance, the average 30-year mortgage rate dropped to 6.57% on Monday, down from 7% from last Thursday when the bank stock got hammered. The rate tracks the 10-year Treasury yield, which has fallen around 30 basis points since Wednesday's close, as investors bet the recent chaos could persuade the Federal Reserve to slow its rate hikes. As for jumbo loans, I've actually seen rates pretty reasonable, as low as 5.3% this week on a 30-year fixed rate. So if you're on a higher loan amount, you actually will be in better shape as far as your rate goes. Also, if you're banking on short sales or foreclosures hitting the market anytime soon, you may be disappointed on that one too, as distressed homes, both short sales and foreclosures combined to make up only 0.6% of all listings here in San Diego. Only 12 foreclosures and 2 short sales are available today in San Diego County. Also, people always ask me this question, is like, would you buy now or wait until rates come down? If there's anything I've learned from the housing market here this last couple of years, are that buyers here in San Diego are very, very rate conscious. Just for example, in January, rates have trickled down to, I think it was like the high 5s or something like that. Home purchases skyrocketed. Not skyrocketed, but they went up quite a bit. And then the rates went back up to 6.5%, 7%, and it stalled out again. People are following the interest rates here in San Diego, so if they finally do dip, whether it's a year or 2 years from now, I expect prices to go back up when that happens. So hopefully that helps answer some of the questions out there that I get that question on a regular basis. So it's either, do you want the purchase price now, or do you want the interest rate now with a higher price point? So that's kind of the thing that's been going around here. And anyone that's expecting the huge crash, could it still happen? It sure could happen. Things could get worse before they get better. All the indications out there in the housing market right now show that the market may have kind of flattened out here a little bit, and maybe they will be flat for the next year. But again, time will tell. So That's my market update for March here in San Diego. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching and catch us next time. Bye.